everyone, thank you for tuning in. I'm your instructor Joy. Let me first play a tune for you. This was beginning of Wohlfahrt etude book number 25. I thought this etude is perfect one when it comes to multiple voice study, as well as fast string crossings and left hand frame building. Many great technical study in this small study, so I thought we're going to work on this one together. But before I start, I would like to thank you all for your kind support with nice questions, comments, sending me donations here and also on my Patreon page, booking lessons with me, being very patient with me, volunteering with your time. Thank you very much. So when we study especially Bach pieces or Vivaldi, there are a lot of fast notes happening. It is very important that we not only study the notes, but also understand the musical structure so that we bring the important notes out and not so important one play a little softer. For example, this Wohlfahrt study has a lot of 16th note. If I played it all equally loud, this is how it would sound. It's a lot of noise and it's a little overwhelming for people to hear. You can also see such thing as a Vivaldi. Here. That part as well, that has similar one. Or a lot of Bach solo sonatas and partitas as well. Now, sometimes it's very easy to spot, to know which one is primary note and which one is secondary note. Or sometimes one has to spend a little more time and study the music. But in this case, when you look at carefully, the Wohlfahrt study number 25, it starts with a pickup. The first note is, then goes F sharp D, F, then A, then again. As you might have guessed already, there's a repeating notes of F sharp, D, F sharp. This is obviously not as important. It's repeating, it's like a filling harmony or background. But what is important one is the first note of each group of 16th notes, which is and then you should bring this one out by playing with a little heavier, faster, accented bow like this. Like that. Now, so when it comes to such thing, we have to understand how to make your bow work for you. So first, let's understand we are using upper half bow or near the tip, because this is the fastest or easiest part to play fast bow stroke, because that's the lighter part of the bow. So just like when you dress lightly, it's easy to run fast. Same thing goes for the bow. Use lighter part of bow, which is near the tip, for the fast stroke, or sometimes from middle to the tip works as well. I chose rather closer to the tip, even though that I have to work a little harder with the right elbow height, because the degrees of different height for each string is a bit larger. But I still prefer to have advantage over the lighter part of the bow. So it's a good way of starting. Now, when we do down bow, we have to move fast bow and then up bow 3 times slowly. Then wait, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's first one that you should start practicing on every single string. Open string would be D and G, that's what we're going to use mainly. So it would be good to start from the D string, about a third from the tip started, fast down bow, and then 3 times slower bow speed. Because if we use same bow speed, we're going to ultimately run out of the bow. That is why. So make sure you start fast down bow speed and then bring back to where you started. So open D, 1, 2, 3. So now here, you might have noticed I use much heavier bow in the down bow because that's the main note. And then up bow, we want to make it light. So simply, literally by taking the weight off by raising right elbow a little higher, and then tilting the bow until your hair faces, the bow hair faces us. That way we're literally using less number of hair. Yeah, if we want to play loud sound, we use all hair by flattening the hair. If we want to play with a softer tone, we tilt the bow by raising our wrist. Therefore, we use just a couple hairs on the edge of the hair. Therefore, it's easier to make it lighter sound. So that's why you want to do fast down bow and slow. Yeah, and then this is good way of starting. And here, when it comes to loud sound, you might have seen with my other videos about tone production, contact point often is better when you move your bow closer to the bridge. But as you notice at the beginning, I'm not bringing the bow all the way closer to the bridge. Actually, I'm staying mostly near the fingerboard. The reason being is even though I'm playing loud sound with a heavier bow, when I move my bow fast, if I use a contact point 1 or 2, which is contact point right near the finger bridge, it will whistle. That's why sometimes we have unwanted whistling tone. So we want to keep the bow near fingerboard. So we're kind of compromising because we're dealing with a very specific bow stroke. Fast bow and heavy bow down bow, and then light bow and slower, 3 times slower bow speed. 1, 2, 3. When you do that, try not to do individual bow stroke, but see if you can make it one movement by making circling motion. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Instead of 1 and separate bow. That way you can keep going with a fast tempo and use the minimum of energy. So once you do that one, see if you can practice slowly. Once you feel comfortable, then see if you can speed up a bit. As you get faster, you will notice you are going to use shorter length of the bow, so you can keep up with the bow. Yeah, like that. So make sure when you practice everyone, take enough time to read the notes first, and then take enough time to practice on open strings until you master the bow speed and the contact point and bow weight adjustment, and apply little by little with the performance tempo with a given music. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you for watching and hope to see you again. Bye bye.